The story takes place in an orphanage named Gracefield, where a woman named Isabella took care of all the children. All the children here called Isabella their mother, and everyone was happy with her. All the children also used to live peacefully as brothers and sisters. Here we see that a number tattoo was made on the neck in the orphanage. Isabella used to teach the children so that when they are adopted, they can live well in the outside world. Here we see 3 friends named Emma, Norman, and Ray, who were the smartest students here. This orphanage was surrounded by a beautiful playground where all the children used to play. No child could cross the orphanage fence here because it was the most important rule of the orphanage. In addition, when a family adopted a child, then that child had to leave the orphanage forever. Similarly, a family was going to come to adopt a girl named Connie tonight. So everyone says goodbye to Connie, and then Isabella takes her out of the orphanage. After Connie's departure, Emma and Norman talk that will Connie send them a letter? Meanwhile, Emma and Norman's eyes go to Connie's favorite teddy, without which Connie would not go anywhere. So they think of giving it to Connie's teddy. Then Ray says that the light of the main gate is still on, which means Connie is still here. So you give it to her teddy quickly, on which Emma and Norman quickly run towards the gate. Here they see a truck at the gate. When they look inside the truck, they both get scared. Actually, Connie's dead body was kept inside this truck and a flower was attached to her chest. That's when they hear someone coming there. So they quickly hide under the truck, after which 2 big demons come there, who put Connie's body in a capsule. Seeing these demons, Emma and Norman get very scared and listen to them while talking, where demons say that the meat of the people living in this place is of very good quality, and these people are only bred for us. Here Emma and Norman understand that their orphanage is a human farm, where all the children are kept to eat the food of demons, and one day the demons will eat everyone. Meanwhile, Isabella comes there, who promises the 2 demons that she will bring an intelligent child for them next time. Actually, the children who were intelligent, their meat was considered of good quality. Meanwhile, the demons smell Emma and Norman, so they start checking everywhere. But when they look under the truck, they only see Connie's teddy. They pick it up and give it to Isabella. Seeing this teddy, Isabella gets suspicious that a child had definitely come here. Meanwhile, Norman and Emma run back to the orphanage, where Emma suddenly falls and starts crying. She still couldn't believe that her mother is a bad person and where she lives is not an orphanage, but a human farm. Then Norman tries to calm her down and reassures her that we should run away from here, on which Emma says that we will not run alone, but will take the other children of the orphanage with us. The next day, Emma and Norman go to the fence of the orphanage, where Norman says that we will have to make a good planning to run away from here. And when our planning is complete, then we will tell the rest of the children about it. After this, the 2 cross the fence to check that area, where they find that on the other side of the fence there is a very high wall, which was impossible to cross. So they think that they will have to come back here with a rope. On the other hand, all the children stop playing in the field because one of them had disappeared. Then Isabella comes there, who quickly takes out her watch and goes towards the forest. After which, in a few seconds, she brings the lost girl to the field with her. Seeing this, Emma and Norman understand that Isabella has put a tracker on all the children, with the help of which she finds out the location of each child. The next day, Emma and Norman go to the forest and hide some ropes in a tree. During this time, their friend Ray comes there and catches them red-handed. Then Norman tells him everything, on which Ray believes what he says. That's why he also tells him to help them. After this, they go to the library to do research, where they see that there is a stamp of owl on all the books around which a code is written. When they decode that code, they find out that a man named Minerva knows all the truth about the orphanage and wants to tell them through the books that all the children should run away from the orphanage. After this, in the evening, Isabella introduces all the children to her new assistant, Krone. With Krone's arrival, Emma and Norman's escape plan becomes even tougher, because now there were 2 women in the orphanage to take care of the children. It was going to be very difficult for them to escape. Here, Isabella shows Krone Emma, Norman, and Ray's profile, and says that I think these 3 children have known the truth about the orphanage. That's why you have to keep an eye on all 3 of them. The next day, all 3 of them play a special game with all the children. Through this game, they wanted to teach other children that if they ever have to run away from here, they can hide and run. But then Krone listens to them and joins them in the game. After which all the children start the game and Krone starts catching them. Here Krone catches everyone, but can't catch Norman. On the same day, all 3 meet together, where Norman says that I think there is an Isabella spy among the children who is telling Isabella about every action of ours. Norman thinks that this spy is a child of old age, That's why, to find out about the spy, he decides to tell the truth to his aged children, Don and Gilda. Here Don doesn't believe him, so he gets upset and starts beating Ray. Then Emma tells him again that whatever we said is true and you have to believe us. Hearing this, Gilda believes Emma's words because she knew that Emma loved Isabella a lot, so she would never lie about her. Then Norman tells Don and Gilda about the place of the ropes hidden by them. On the same night, we see an unknown child who was Isabella's spy. He gives Isabella a note from under the door in which it was written about the ropes, and it was also written that Norman is a bad person. The next morning, Emma, Norman, and Ray see that Isabella has taken the ropes hidden by them. Now, because only Don and Gilda knew about these ropes, so all the suspicion goes to Don and Gilda. But then Norman says that Don and Gilda are not spies because I didn't tell them about the real place of the ropes. He also says that I had planned all this to check Ray, and no one else knew about the real place of the ropes except Ray. This means that Ray is Isabella's spy. Then Ray admits that he is Isabella's spy and says that he had already known the truth about the orphanage, but he didn't want to die like the other children. So he started working as Isabella's spy. In return, Isabella increased my adoption time. He also says that he couldn't have left alone, but still he didn't lose hope of leaving. So he hid Connie's teddy so that when you go to give it to Connie, you can also find out the truth about Isabella. Hearing Ray's words, Emma and Norman tell him that they still trust him, and then they include Ray in the team and make him a double spy. This means that Ray will now work as a spy for Norman, not Isabella. After this, Ray hides the ropes in the secret hole on the floor of his room. Along with that, he also puts some gas cans and his gadget in the hole. Actually, he made this gadget to block the tracker on him so that Isabella couldn't find out his location. After this, Ray goes to Isabella and lies to distract her that the children will try to mix poison in your food. Isabella thanks him for this information, but still she tells Ray that you will be adopted in a few months, which makes Ray worried. The next day, the 5 children go to the wall to test their ropes where the Krone grabs them red-handed. But instead of telling Isabella about this, she asks them to help the children. She also tells them that there is a chip in my body, and if a child escapes from my security, I will be killed by the chip. But still she decides to help them. Here the children find out that the Krone was also raised in this orphanage, and now she wanted to take Isabella's place. That's why she wanted to help the children. That same night, the 5 children go to the Krone's room where she tells them a story that 1,000 years ago, a war broke out between humanity and demons in which many people lost their lives. That's why both groups made a deal called the Promise, in which both groups agreed to live in their own world. Along with that, the demons promised humans that they will not bother them anymore, but in return, humans will have to give them some children to eat. This was the reason that in some orphanages, humans' children were kept for demons and they were brought up well educated. Because by eating the intelligent children's brains, demons become intelligent, so they don't attack humans. Meanwhile, the children ask the Krone about the tracker. Then the Krone tells them that a tracker has been put on all the children's ears so that Isabella can see the location of all the children. Now, because Ray had found a way to block the tracker, no one was worried about the tracker. This makes the Krone understand that the children have found a way to block the tracker. That's why she tells them to find out how to do it. The next day, when all the children go out to play, the Krone goes to the children's bedroom to find the gadget during this time. Gilda sees it through the window and quickly tells her friends about it, by which the children put the blocker in a pig teddy, which the Krone had already checked. After this, the Krone finds Ray's secret hole, which the Krone suspects just by looking at it. That's why she starts looking for the room again and picks up the pig teddy. During this time, Isabella comes there and tells the Krone by giving a letter that the mother's post has been given to you in another orphanage, so you will have to go from here now. Hearing this, the Krone did not feel good. That's why she leaves a special pin for the 5 children before leaving. When the Krone reaches the main gate, she meets the supervisor of the orphanage, whom everyone knew by the name of Grandmother. Here, the Krone tells Grandmother about the incident that took place in the orphanage. On this, Grandmother says that Isabella does her job well, and she will never let the children run away. Then a demon comes there, and Grandmother kills the Krone with that demon. After this, we see Emma and Norman walking towards that wall, while Ray keeps her busy in talking to distract Isabella. But Isabella already suspected them, so she doesn't listen to Ray and locks him in a room. Then Don takes Ray out of the room. Meanwhile, Isabella walks towards the wall, where she grabs Norman and Emma red-handed and starts scolding them. She says that I gave you everything you needed, yet you tried to break the rules of the orphanage. Suddenly, Emma grabs Isabella so so that Norman can run away from there. But Isabella easily overpowers Emma and breaks her leg. Seeing this, Norman stops and refuses to go without her. Then Isabella tells Norman that the next adoption will be yours, so this will be your last day in the orphanage. That same night, the 4 children gather again to help Norman, to which Norman tells them that if he wants to protect others, then he will gladly sacrifice himself. After this, Norman starts packing his stuff, during which he finds a pin that the Krone had kept for him. The next day, to gather some information, Norman climbs the wall with a rope. Then he finds out that the other side of the wall is quite deep, due to which he could not easily cross the wall. Anyway, Norman comes back to the orphanage and makes a drawing on a piece of paper for his friends, and tells them to find a bridge to cross that gap. That same evening, Norman had to leave the orphanage, so he says goodbye to all the children. Then Emma starts crying badly, because she knew that that demon would eat Norman. After this, Isabella takes Norman to the main gate, where Norman meets a man named Peter. Here, Peter explains to Norman that he is the leader of the operation to feed the demons, and then he tells Norman everything in detail, to which Norman says that you don't have to tell me anything, because I have come here willingly. In the meantime, a demon comes there and kills Norman. Here, Emma was very sad, and she could not do anything because of her injury. Then Isabella says to Emma that I want you to be the next mother of this orphanage. Hearing this, Emma gets very upset. On the other hand, Ray was now alone, because of which all her hopes of getting out of here were over. Meanwhile, Isabella tells Ray that the next number for adoption is yours. That same night, Emma comes to Ray and tells him that she has a plan. But Ray already has a plan, so he sets himself on fire according to his plan. As soon as the flames spread in the room, Emma starts crying. Hearing her voice, Isabella comes there. Then Emma tells her crying that Ray has committed suicide by setting himself on fire with your watch. Hearing this, Isabella tries to put out the fire quickly. Actually, her watch was very important because through it she used to see the location of all the children. Here, as soon as Isabella turns back, she sees that Emma has left there. Actually, all this was happening according to her plan. Anyway, Emma runs away with all the children, where Ray is also with her. Here, we are shown a flashback in which Emma got her letter after Norman left. In this letter, Norman had written some ways to escape from here and had also kept that special pen with the letter. After which Emma gave that letter to Dawn and Gilda so that they could work on the plan together with the children. On the other hand, Emma was pretending to be sad so that Isabella would not suspect her. Emma did not tell Ray about this plan because Isabella always kept an eye on Ray. Here, we find out that when Ray was setting himself on fire, Emma took his tracker out of the knife and threw it into the fire. And then she lied to Isabella about Ray's death and fooled her. After which she removed all the children's chips from the knife, but she could not take the smallest children with her. So Emma promised them that they will definitely come to take them. After this, the story shifts to the present where all the children climb that wall one by one and throw their ropes to the other side of the cliff. After which they use the hangers to reach the other side. Leaving Emma here, all the other children reach the other side. That's when Isabella comes there, who tells Emma that she was innocent like her and that she had a boyfriend. Then one day, I found out that I was pregnant. That's why I tried to escape from this place. But when I was standing on this wall, I realized that I would never be able to escape from here. After this, she tells me that when I gave birth to my child, after some time, she died. That's why I decided to become the mother of this orphanage and give good life to the children. Here it also goes that when the children were handed over to the demons, Isabella used to suffer a lot. But she was doing all this to save humans. Here Isabella tells Emma that she is her favorite, but still Isabella threatens Emma that if she tries to escape from here, she will cut the rope and throw it down. On which Emma says that I believe in you, that you will not do this. After which Emma starts going the other way from that rope. Seeing this, Isabella takes out her knife to cut the rope, but she does not cut that rope. Isabella stands on the wall and sees all the children running with pride. That's when she remembers that the song she was singing, Isabella used to hum that song in her pregnancy time. This makes Isabella realize that Ray was her child, who was lost in childhood. Here, all the children start making their way in the jungle. Then Emma shows the pen to the children. After opening it, Owl comes out of it, which starts taking all the children towards the city. In the meantime, Isabella goes to meet Peter and Grandma and considers herself responsible for all the children's escape. That's why Peter hands her over to a demon as a punishment. And with this movie ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.